Imagine a place where the ancient and the modern meet in perfect harmony, where millennia-old temples coexist with futuristic skyscrapers and centuries-old traditions blend with the highest technology. This place exists, and its name is Japan. In today's video, we will embark on an incredible journey through Japan, exploring its stunning landscapes, fascinating culture, and some curiosities that make this country one of the most amazing in the world. Shirakawa Go. A place where time seems to have stopped, hidden among the mountains of Gifu Prefecture. An enchanted village where thatched roofs shaped like hands clasped in prayer have withstood the harsh winter for centuries. A scene worthy of a fairy tale, where nature and culture intertwine in perfect harmony. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995, Shirakawa Go is a time capsule, a refuge of Japanese traditions that remain alive and vibrant. The village is famous for its gasho-zukuri-style houses, century-old structures that seem to have come out of a storybook. The name gasho-zukuri means hands clasped in prayer, referring to the slanted shape of the roofs designed to withstand the heavy snowfall of winter. As you walk through its peaceful streets, a respectful silence surrounds you, as if even the wind blows gently not to disturb the peace of this sacred place. Every house, every wooden bridge over the crystal-clear streams, every centuries-old tree tells a story of resilience and harmony. The residents of Shirakawa Go still preserve ancestral customs, cultivating rice and silk, just as their ancestors did for generations. In the spring, the landscape fills with vibrant colors as the cherry blossoms bloom and transform Shirakawa Go into a living painting. The delicate pink of the flowers contrasts with the intense green of the mountains, while the air is filled with the sweet fragrance of the season. It is a moment of renewal when the village awakens from its long winter sleep and life manifests in every detail. Visiting Shirakawa Go is more than a sightseeing trip. It is a journey into the past, an immersion in the essence of traditional Japan. The gasho-zukuri houses are not just buildings, but silent witnesses of history, guardians of a culture that refuses to disappear. Some of them have been turned into museums, allowing visitors to learn the secrets of this unique architecture and the simple life of the old inhabitants. For those seeking a deeper connection with the local culture, some houses offer the opportunity to stay in traditional Japanese style. Okinawa. A land of charm, unique culture, and a people whose longevity defies the limits of time. Located to the south of Japan, Okinawa is a group of more than 160 islands scattered across the East China Sea. Its subtropical climate ensures hot summers, mild winters, and rich biodiversity, making this region a haven for those seeking a life in harmony with nature. It is here that we find some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, such as the stunning Kondoi Beach in Taketomi and the famous Nishihama Beach on Hateruma Island. But Okinawa is much more than just paradise landscapes. Its past is marked by the existence of the Ryukyu Kingdom, an ancient independent empire that flourished between the 15th and 19th centuries. The Shuri Castle, located in the city of Naha, was the beating heart of this kingdom, housing kings and nobles who cultivated a unique culture influenced by China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Today, the ruins of Shuri Castle are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and bear witness to the grandeur of a lost era. Walking through its imposing portals and stone corridors is to feel the echo of the past, a living connection to the region's history. At the heart of Okinawan culture is the Uchinanchu people, whose philosophy of life has attracted the attention of the world. Okinawa is one of the places with the highest concentration of centenarians on the planet. Many believe that the secret to longevity lies in the local diet, based on fresh vegetables, fish, tofu, and the famous goya, a bitter melon rich in nutrients. But it is not just the food that ensures a long and healthy life. The concept of ikigai also plays a crucial role. For the people of Okinawa, having a clear purpose in life is essential to maintaining a balance between body and mind. Here, the elderly remain active, dance, tend to their gardens, and maintain strong community bonds. Another fascinating aspect of Okinawa is its traditional music and dance. The sanshin, a stringed instrument similar to a banjo, is the soul of Okinawan music. Its melodies tell stories of love, courage, and longing. The Asa dance, characterized by energetic movements and the vibrant sound of taiko drums, is a celebration of life and ancestors. For ocean lovers, Okinawa offers one of the best diving destinations in the world. Yonauni Island is home to one of the most intriguing mysteries of the ocean, underwater ruins that many believe to be the remnants of a lost civilization. Additionally, the Ishigaki and Miyakojima area is home to vibrant coral reefs and impressive marine life, including the majestic manta rays. Fisherman's village of Ine. The sea breeze carries the salty aroma of the waters that bathe the coast of Ine, a small fishing village hidden between the mountains and the ocean in Japan. This unique place, often described as a piece of paradise forgotten by time, rests silently on the waters of In Bay. Here, traditions resist modernity, and daily life follows the rhythm of the tides and winds. The floating houses of Ine, known as funaya, are the hallmark of this village. Built on wooden pillars, these homes charm with their simplicity and ingenuity. On the ground floor, boats rest after long journeys at sea, while on the upper floor, families share stories under the soft glow of paper lanterns. Each funaya is a living testament to human ingenuity, in harmony with nature, creating a landscape that feels like it's straight out of an old tale. As the sun rises over the calm waters, fishermen silently depart in their boats, casting their nets with precision, perpetuating techniques passed down through generations. The ocean is generous to those who respect it, and Ine has become a sanctuary for sustainable fishing, where the harmony between man and sea is carefully preserved. Fresh fish, squid, and shellfish arrive at local markets, bringing with them the pure, authentic flavors of the region. But Ine is not just a fishing village. It is also a place of ancestral rituals, where Shinto temples rest among the lush trees, protecting the village with their millennial serenity. The local festivals, vibrant and colorful, celebrate the gifts of the ocean and the resilience of those who live there. Visitors to Ine find a refuge of tranquility, where time seems to slow down. Tourist boats glide smoothly through the bay, allowing travelers to appreciate the unique view of the funaya reflected in the water's surface. The local cuisine, filled with fresh seafood, provides an unforgettable sensory experience, where each dish tells the story of the village and its people. On starry nights, the bay is illuminated by the reflections of the lights emanating from the funaya windows. The silence is broken only by the sound of the waves gently kissing the wooden pillars. Ine is not just a destination, it is a living poem, a testament to the harmony between tradition and nature. Mount Fuji. Majestic, serene, and imposing, it rises to 12,389 feet in height, dominating the landscape and the hearts of those who behold it. Its symmetrical and imposing silhouette spans centuries of history, inspiring poets, artists, and pilgrims. But Fuji-san, as it is called by the Japanese, is not just a mountain. It is a sacred sanctuary, a living spirit, a symbol of resilience and transcendental beauty. Located between Yamanashi and Shizuoka prefectures, Mount Fuji is an active volcano, though dormant for more than 300 years. Its last eruption was recorded in 1707, and since then it has remained silent, but always monitored by scientists and revered by the Japanese people. Climbing Mount Fuji is a ritual. Every year, thousands of adventurers and devotees ascend its steep slopes to reach its summit. The climb begins at the base stations, and along the way pilgrims encounter refugees, torii gates, and temples that mark their spiritual journey. In spring, Fuji dresses in delicate shades of pink. Cherry blossoms bloom around it, creating a sublime contrast between the eternal white of its snow and the ephemeral nature of the sakuras. In summer, the mountain welcomes visitors with accessible trails and a clear sky that allows breathtaking views. It is the official climbing season, and the shrines at the summit receive prayers and offerings. In autumn, red and golden leaves color the landscape around Fuji. The forests surrounding it, such as Aokigahara, turn into a spectacle of colors and mysteries. And in winter, Mount Fuji is covered with its thickest blanket of snow, transforming into a colossal ice formation that defies the cold and shines under the sunlight. Japanese culture embraces Fuji in its art, literature, and spirituality. The painter Katsushika Hokusai, in his famous series 36 Views of Mount Fuji, immortalized its beauty in woodblock prints that continue to inspire generations. Mount Fuji also plays a leading role in festivals. The Yoshino Fire Festival, held annually at the end of summer, celebrates the deity of the mountain and symbolically marks the end of the climbing season. But beyond its visible splendor, Mount Fuji holds secrets. Its ice caves, formed by ancient lava flows, conceal an underground world of frozen stalagmites and mysterious passages. And for those who wish to feel its presence without climbing it, there are the onsens, the natural hot springs. In cities nearby, such as Hakone and Fujikawa Guchiko, hot baths provide relaxation, while Fuji rises majestically in the horizon. Mount Fuji is not just a mountain, it is a spirit, a guardian, a living museum of history and legend. With each season, from every angle, it reinvents itself, remaining one of Japan's and the world's greatest treasures. Kamakura. Located just an hour from Tokyo, this ancient samurai capital is a true gateway to the history and spirituality of Japan. Here, among centuries-old temples, mystical shrines, and stunning natural landscapes, visitors find a unique atmosphere that blends the tranquility of ancient times with the dynamism of contemporary culture. Our tour begins with the majestic Great Buddha of Kamakura, or Daibutsu, one of Japan's most iconic images. Sitting in a meditative posture, almost 42 feet tall, this 13th century bronze statue has survived earthquakes and tsunamis, remaining a symbol of resilience and serenity of the Buddhist spirit. As we observe its serene expression, we feel an invitation to silence and introspection. The Buddha seems to remind us that, despite the storms of time, true peace is found within each of us. A few minutes from there, we find the Hazedera Temple, a Buddhist sanctuary full of beauty and symbolism. Known for its statue of Kannon, the goddess of compassion, the temple is surrounded by thousands of small Jizo statues, honoring the souls of lost children. But Kamakura is not only about history and spirituality. Its narrow, charming streets hide cozy cafes, traditional shops, and irresistible cuisine. Komachi Dori Street, for example, is a true paradise for food lovers. For those seeking a closer connection with nature, Kamakura offers lush trails that cross ancient forests and hills. The Daibutsu Trail, for example, leads adventurers along a path surrounded by cedars and bamboo, offering breathtaking views of the city and the ocean. Walking along these trails is like traveling back in time, feeling the same wind that blew over the samurais centuries ago. Finally, we have Yuigahama Beach. The sunset here is a spectacle in itself. The waters reflect the last golden rays of the day, while surfers and families enjoy the ocean breeze. A perfect fusion of past and present, tradition and modernity, the serenity of the Buddha and the vibrant energy of its streets and beaches. Takachiho Gorge. In the heart of Kyushu Island, there is a place where nature seems to have crafted a masterpiece with its own hands, shaped by time itself. Takachiho Gorge, a natural sanctuary of incomparable beauty, where crystal-clear rivers meander through towering rock formations and ancient legends whisper among the leaves of century-old trees. It is said that this is where the gods descended to earth, where the myths sustaining Shintoism originated, a place where culture and landscape intertwine in a mystical dance of light and shadows. The gorge was carved over thousands of years by the Gokase River, whose waters, crashing against the cooled volcanic rocks, formed immense basalt walls that rise like columns of a temple forgotten by time. These formations, some reaching up to 328 feet in height, create a breathtaking natural corridor. The river's deep blue waters reflect the surrounding lush greenery, while the sunlight dances on the surface, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. But it is the Manai waterfall, with its 56-foot drop, that steals the show. The water cascades gently from the rocks, as if the gods themselves were pouring blessings onto the land. It is beneath this waterfall that visitors can row in small wooden boats, navigating between the canyon walls, feeling the moist and fresh river breeze. The sound of the water echoes through the rocks, creating a natural melody that resonates through the depths of the valley. Takachiho, however, is not just a natural spectacle. It is a gateway to the spirituality of Japan. Here we find the Takachiho Shrine, surrounded by thousand-year-old cedars and imbued with the energy of the spirits. It is believed that it was in this valley that the sun goddess, Amaterasu, hid in a cave, plunging the world into darkness. Only after a sacred dance performed by the other gods did she emerge again, bringing light back to humanity. This legend is still recounted today in Kagura performances, a traditional dance held every night in Takachiho. Spectators gather in a rustic wooden hall to watch the story come to life as dancers, wearing masks and ceremonial attire, recreate the ancient movements of the gods. Trails wind through hills and forests, leading adventurers to viewpoints where the valley unfolds in all its grandeur. Walking these trails is an almost meditative experience, where the song of birds and the rustling of leaves in the wind guide each step. Jigokuani Monkey Park. Here, amidst ice-covered trees and steep cliffs, an unusual scene unfolds. Dozens of Japanese macaques, known as snow monkeys, relax in the steaming waters of the hot springs. Their serene gazes and almost human-like gestures make us reflect on how thin the line is between our species and theirs. The name Jigokuani means Hell Valley, a reference to the steam and sulfur emanating from the rocky crevices. But for the monkeys, this is not a cursed place, but a paradise of warmth amidst the harsh cold of the Japanese winter. For over half a century, these waters have become an essential refuge for the survival of these primates. During the colder months, when the temperature drops well below freezing and snow accumulates in thick layers, the monkeys descend from the wooded slopes and dive into the natural pools. Their thick fur protects them from the cold wind, but the warm water provides comfort that few animals in nature experience. Researchers who have studied the lives of these primates for decades have discovered something fascinating. The hot baths are not only a means of warmth but also a way to reduce stress. Studies show that cortisol levels, the stress hormone, significantly decrease after a long soak. It's not hard to imagine why this practice has become an essential social behavior among them. In the park, one can observe a complex social system. The snow monkeys live in structured groups where the hierarchy dictates access to the best areas of the hot springs. The leaders of the group, usually dominant females, have priority in the baths, while the young ones play among the rocks, diving in and out as if they were human children in a pool. The behavior of these monkeys also reveals their impressive intelligence. They use stones as tools, share food, and develop strategies to avoid conflicts. Young monkeys learn early the dynamics of the group, observing and mimicking the adults, strengthening family and social bonds. But the story of Jigokuani Monkey Park is not just one of beauty and tranquility. For decades, these primates faced significant challenges. Before the creation of the nature reserve, the monkeys would often descend into the villages in search of food, coming into conflict with the residents. To protect them, researchers and environmentalists worked to build a safe habitat where they could live without direct human interference. Tokyo. A vibrant metropolis where the future meets the past, where skyscrapers shine like jewels next to century-old temples, a city that pulses with energy, where every corner reveals a new surprise, a new experience. Welcome to the capital of Japan, one of the most dynamic and fascinating cities on the planet. Walking through the streets of Tokyo is like diving into a universe where technology and tradition coexist harmoniously. LED screens illuminate the skies, broadcasting high-definition advertisements. The sound of convenience stores echoes through the city, while the aromas of street food stalls blend with the fragrance of cherry blossoms in spring. This is a city that never sleeps. Whether at dawn, when fresh fish arrive at the market, or late at night, when karaoke bars still resonate with enthusiastic songs, Tokyo is always alive. The city offers an unceasing spectacle of lights, sounds, and experiences, where each visit reveals something new. Mount Fuji, with its majestic silhouette, can be seen on clear days, creating a striking contrast with the jungle of concrete and glass. The city stretches in all directions, an ocean of buildings that fades into the horizon. The subway, known for its precision and efficiency, transports millions of people daily, an arterial system that keeps the city moving. Japanese culture is present in every detail. From the carefully pruned gardens to the silent rituals of tea, Tokyo preserves its traditions while embracing the future. Department stores are temples of consumption, where robots interact with customers and cutting-edge technology products are within reach. The heart of the city beats strongly in its bustling streets. Shibuya, with its famous pedestrian crossing, is a symbol of Tokyo's dynamism. Thousands of people cross at the same time in a ballet choreographed by the rhythm of urban life. In Akihabara, technology lovers find a paradise of electronics, games, and pop culture. But it is not just the neon lights and skyscrapers that make Tokyo special. The city also hosts serene temples, where peace and spirituality find space in the heart of urban life. But Tokyo also has its peaceful side. In parks like Shinjuku-gyoen and Ueno Park, nature reveals itself in all its fullness. In spring, the cherry trees bloom, covering the city with a pink and white mantle. In autumn, the red and golden leaves create a visual spectacle worthy of a painting. The people of Tokyo are an essential part of its charm. Gentle, organized, and always ready to help, the city's residents keep alive the spirit of Japanese hospitality. Even in such a large city, there is a sense of order and respect that impresses visitors. Hokkaido. The island to the north of Japan, a land shaped by ice and fire, by tradition and innovation. In winter, Hokkaido transforms into a frozen kingdom of incomparable beauty. In Sapporo, the island's capital, the famous snow festival attracts thousands of visitors, marveling at monumental ice sculptures that take over the city. Blocks of ice are transformed into castles, statues, and mythical creatures, while the lights reflect off their crystalline surfaces. The cold air carries the warm aroma of miso ramen, a local specialty perfect for warming up travelers. Further north, the city of Asahikawa experiences extreme temperatures, often below 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Here, snow is not just a spectacle, but a way of life. The outdoor hot springs, or onsen, offer a unique experience. Dipping into the steaming waters while snowflakes dance in the air and gently rest on the surface of the water. But it is not just winter that makes Hokkaido a magical place. When the snow melts and the first signs of spring appear, the lavender fields of Furano and the flower-filled gardens of Biei transform the landscape. The vibrant purple of the lavenders stretches as far as the eye can see, creating a natural spectacle worthy of an impressionist painting. The sweet aroma lingers in the air, and small local farms offer lavender ice cream and sweets, providing a taste as unique as the landscape. Hokkaido also hosts one of the last strongholds of the Ainu indigenous culture. Hinshiroi, the Ainu National Museum and Park, offers an immersion into the history and culture of this native people of Japan. Ancestral traditions, such as the making of clothing from natural fibers and ritual singing, are preserved as a living treasure. Visitors can witness ceremonial dances and sample Ainu cuisine, rich in fish, herbs, and native island vegetables. And then there are the volcanoes. Active, dormant, imposing. Mount Usu and Lake Toya form one of the island's most stunning settings. The lake of volcanic origin reflects the sky like a perfect mirror. Small islands emerge from its tranquil waters, and in the background, Usu, still steaming, reminds everyone of nature's relentless force. The cable car that takes visitors to the summit of Mount Usu offers a breathtaking panoramic view, where one can see the scars left by past eruptions and the constantly changing landscape. In the east of the island, the Shirakawa National Park preserves one of Japan's last wild refugees. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the park is home to brown bears, golden eagles, and sika deer. In winter, drifting ice blocks from Siberia wash up on the shores, creating a surreal and frozen scene. In summer, the trails lead to hidden waterfalls and steep cliffs that overlook the Sea of Okhotsk. But perhaps the greatest treasure of Hokkaido is its connection to nature. In every season, the island reveals a new face, a new palette of colors and sensations. In autumn, the red and golden leaves take over the forests, creating a visual spectacle that attracts photographers and travelers from all over the world. In Noboribetsu, the hot springs bubble amidst a hellish landscape, nicknamed the Hell Valley, where the scent of sulfur fills the air and steam rises from the cracked earth. Mount Yoshino. This sacred place, steeped in myths and traditions, is home to one of nature's most stunning spectacles, the blooming of the cherry trees, which transforms the landscape into a rolling sea of pink petals. Since ancient times, Yoshino has been a place of pilgrimage for monks, poets, and travelers, drawn by its mystical atmosphere and breathtaking landscapes. It is believed that the first cherry trees were planted over 1,300 years ago, and over the centuries, thousands of trees have been added, creating a symphony of colors that covers the slopes of the mountain every spring. Walking along the trails of Mount Yoshino is like crossing a portal into the past. The winding path takes visitors past ancient temples, hidden shrines, and viewpoints that offer panoramic views of the valley. During the cherry blossom season, Mount Yoshino welcomes thousands of visitors who come to witness this fleeting spectacle of nature, a moment of contemplation and spiritual renewal. Among the many temples that adorn Yoshino, the Kinpu-senji stands out, one of the most important in Japan and a center for Shugendo, an ancient spiritual practice that combines elements of esoteric Buddhism, Shintoism, and animist traditions. The Zaudo Hall, with its impressive wooden structure, dominates the landscape and represents the deep bond between the mountain and faith. In addition to the Kinpu-senji, there is the Yoshimizu Shrine, which served as a temporary residence for the legendary Emperor Go-Daigo during the 14th century. This historical site holds precious relics and offers a unique perspective on the intersection of politics and spirituality in medieval Japan. The four flowering zones of Yoshino, Shimo Senbon, Naka Senbon, Kami Senbon, and Oku Senbon, provide a unique experience for visitors. As one ascends the mountain, the cherry trees bloom at different times, creating a visual spectacle that can be enjoyed over several weeks. The morning mist that envelops the trees often gives the landscape an ethereal quality, as if Mount Yoshino were a realm separate from the common world. In the fall, the red and gold leaves replace the cherry blossoms, turning the mountain into a vibrant canvas of warm colors. In winter, the snow covers the temples and shrines, offering a serene and almost untouched view of nature in its purest form. For those seeking an experience beyond conventional tourism, Mount Yoshino offers the possibility of introspection and genuine contact with Japanese spirituality. The nature, history, and devotion that permeate this place make it a unique destination, where the past and present coexist in perfect harmony, waiting to be discovered by those who wish to experience its unparalleled magic. Kyoto. For over 1,000 years, it was the center of power, art, and spirituality in Japan. Walking through its streets is like traveling back in time, where every corner reveals a new layer of history, every temple tells an ancient story, and every tea ceremony is an ode to tradition. The charm of Kyoto lies in its harmony. Unlike Tokyo, a metropolis of skyscrapers and futuristic technology, Kyoto preserves its essence. Its wooden temples withstand the test of time. Its tea houses continue to offer refuge from the hustle and bustle of the modern world, and its Zen gardens are sanctuaries of tranquility. The temples are one of the city's greatest treasures. Among the most famous is Kinkaku-ji, the Golden Pavilion. Its gleaming structure, covered in gold leaf, reflects in the serene waters of the surrounding pond, creating a vision that seems almost unreal. Another iconic landmark is Fushimi Inari Taisha, a Shinto shrine known for its thousands of red torii gates, which form a mystical tunnel through the mountain. And there is also Kiyomizu-dera, a Buddhist temple that rises majestically on wooden pillars, offering a panoramic view of the city. During spring, the cherry trees around it turn the site into a sea of pink, and in autumn, the red leaves create a vibrant spectacle. Kyoto is a destination for all seasons, each one bringing a new palette of colors and a new atmosphere to its landscapes. Its historic streets, like those of Gion and Higashiyama, reveal a classic Japan with traditional buildings, lit lanterns, and the rare sight of a true geisha silently walking to a tea house. Gion is the geisha district, a world shrouded in mystery and tradition. And there is also nature. Despite being a large city, Kyoto is surrounded by mountains and filled with green spaces. The bamboo forest of Arashiyama is one of the most stunning places. Walking among the tall bamboo that bends in the wind creates an almost supernatural feeling. It's like entering another world where time slows down and nature asserts itself in its purest form. On Mount Kurama, north of the city, trails lead to temples hidden within the forest, offering a spiritual and contemplative experience. Along the Kamo River, locals and visitors enjoy peaceful strolls, especially in the spring when the cherry trees bloom, painting the banks with soft shades of pink. Festivals also form part of Kyoto's identity. The Gion Matsuri, held in July, is one of Japan's most famous. Its enormous decorated floats parade through the streets, accompanied by traditional music and dancers in typical costumes. In autumn, the Jidai Matsuri celebrates the city's history with a grand parade of costumes representing different periods of Japan. Modernity has not gone unnoticed in Kyoto. While preserved in many aspects, the city also houses technology and innovation. Kyoto Station, for example, is a futuristic architectural center, contrasting with the ancient temples. Universities like Kyoto University keep the city as a leading academic hub. Nikko. Nikko, a hidden treasure nestled among the mountains of Japan, a sanctuary of natural beauty and ancient spirituality. Located in Tochigi Prefecture, Nikko is a place where time seems to slow down, where history echoes through the forests and temples that withstand the passage of centuries. The journey to Nikko begins by crossing picturesque landscapes. Small villages, rice fields, and crystal-clear rivers follow the train tracks that lead travelers to this mystical city. The air becomes cooler, infused with the aroma of centuries-old trees. The first must-visit stop is the famous Toshogu Shrine, one of the most impressive religious complexes in Japan. Toshogu is more than just a shrine. It is a monument to the grandeur of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the legendary shogun who unified Japan. Its imposing gates and golden sculptures tell stories of a glorious past. Here we find the iconic three wise monkeys carved in wood, teaching us not to hear evil, not to see evil, and not to speak evil. A subtle reminder of the codes of conduct that shaped generations. Continuing along, we reach the Futarasan Shrine, a Shinto shrine surrounded by the serenity of nature. Founded in the 8th century, this site dedicated to the gods of the mountains reinforces the spiritual connection between man and nature. Each trail that opens between the trees leads us to a new perspective on the energy that permeates Nikko. Nearby, the Shinkyo Bridge, a red and elegant structure, stretches over the Daya River. It is said that in the past, a priest crossed this river on 2 serpents conjured by the gods. Today, the bridge is one of Nikko's main postcards, an invitation to contemplate the harmony between human engineering and the natural landscape. But Nikko is not just history and spirituality. The nature here imposes itself with a magnetic force. The Keigon Falls are a spectacle of earth and water, plunging from a height of almost 328 feet. In winter, they freeze into majestic ice formations. In autumn, they are enveloped by the vibrant colors of seasonal foliage. The vastness of Lake Chuzenji impresses with its tranquility and mystical aura. Surrounded by mountains, this volcanic lake is a refuge of peace. In the summer months, its blue waters reflect the clear sky. In autumn, the shores are painted in shades of red and gold. Exploring Nikko is also about discovering the flavors of the region. Yuba, a delicacy made from the skin of soy milk, is a typical and highly appreciated dish by visitors. Local restaurants serve this delight in various forms: rolled, fried, in soups, or alongside rice. For adventurers, the trails of Nikko National Park offer challenges and rewards. Walking among towering trees, crossing streams, and observing the local fauna is an unforgettable experience. At the top of the mountains, Mount Nantai, an ancient sacred mountain, rises as an eternal guardian of the region. Amanohashidate. Located in Kyoto Prefecture, this geological phenomenon has been revered for centuries as one of Japan's 3 most scenic views, alongside Matsushima and Miyajima. The name Amanohashidate literally means bridge to the sky, and by observing the narrow strip of land covered by pine trees that crosses the Bay of Miyazu, it is easy to understand why. This natural formation stretches for approximately 2.24 miles and connects the 2 shores of the bay like a divine bridge, offering visitors a unique and almost mystical view of the landscape. Since ancient times, Amanohashidate has been shrouded in myths and legends. According to Japanese mythology, the celestial bridge was created by the god Izanagi to connect heaven to earth. However, before it could be completed, it fell into the ocean, forming the spectacular strip of land that we know today. This mythological narrative is reflected in how visitors view the landscape, upside down. Yes, upside down. One of the most well-known traditions of Amanohashidate is the matanozoki, a practice where visitors bend over to look between their own legs, reversing their perspective. By doing so, the strip of land seems to float above the sky, creating the illusion that it really is a celestial bridge. A simple yet incredibly fascinating experience. In addition to its impressive natural beauty, Amanohashidate is a place of cultural and spiritual significance. At the northern end of the strip of land is the Motoi's Kono Shrine, one of the oldest Shinto shrines in Japan. It is said that before being transferred to Ise, The great god of Ise Shrine was originally venerated here, making this a sacred site of great religious importance. On the southern side, Kyoonji Temple, dedicated to the Buddha of Wisdom, is another highlight. Visitors often acquire the famous omikuji, small strips of paper with predictions for the future, attached to fans instead of simple strips of paper. These fans symbolize the wind and change, reinforcing the idea of spiritual transformation and personal growth. The best way to explore Amanohashidate is by walking or biking along its length. Walking among the pine trees, feeling the sea breeze and hearing the soft sound of the waves provides a unique connection with nature. For the more adventurous, there are tourist boats that sail the bay, offering an alternative view of the landscape. From above, the panoramic view of Amanohashidate is even more stunning. The two main observation points are Amanohashidate View Land to the south and Kasamatsu Park to the north. Both offer spectacular views and are perfect spots to capture unforgettable photographs. Whether during sunrise, when the first rays illuminate the mist over the water, or at sunset, when the sky turns golden, every moment here is magical. For those seeking a retreat from the hustle and bustle of big cities, Amanohashidate offers a sanctuary of peace and contemplation. A place where time seems to slow down, allowing every visitor to connect with themselves and the world around them. Amanohashidate is not just a tourist destination. It is an experience that touches the soul, a piece of heaven reflected on earth. Those who visit this paradise will never see the world the same way again, for here, between the sky and the sea, the bridge to infinity reveals itself before our eyes. Yonauni Structures. The deep waters of the Pacific Ocean hold unfathomable secrets, remnants of a past that defies our understanding. Submerged off the coast of Yonauni, a small island in the Ryukyu archipelago in Japan, are colossal formations that have sparked heated debates among scientists, historians, and alternative archaeology theorists for decades. These formations are known as the Yonauni Structures. Discovered in 1986 by a local diver, these immense submerged constructions evoke images of lost civilizations, of monumental temples and stairways carved into solid rock. For some, they are irrefutable evidence of an advanced culture that flourished millennia ago, only to be swallowed by the waters in an unknown catastrophe. For some, they are simply peculiar geological formations, patiently sculpted by the relentless work of nature over the centuries. The centerpiece of this enigma is the so-called Yonauni Monument, a structure approximately 164 feet in length, 66 feet in width, and 33 feet in height. Its straight shape and tiered layers suggest a submerged pyramid or a carefully planned architectural complex. Its right angles, flat surfaces, and what many describe as well-defined steps fuel the hypothesis that the structures were indeed constructed by human hands. But who could have built such a monument? And when? Estimates vary drastically. Some researchers suggest that if it is indeed an artificial construction, it would have been built at least 10,000 years ago, during the last ice age, when ocean levels were much lower than they are today. This would make it one of the oldest man-made structures ever discovered, predating civilizations like the Sumerians and the Egyptians. Japanese geologist Masaki Kimura is one of the leading proponents of the hypothesis that Yonauni is a human-made structure. According to his research, There is evidence of geometric patterns, carvings, and even what appear to be inscriptions chiseled into the rock. Kimura suggests that the structure could be part of an entire city that, in a distant past, was submerged by an earthquake or another catastrophic event. He also points to possible traces of walls, roads, and columns around the main formation. On the other hand, many geologists maintain that the formations are entirely natural. The argument is based on the type of rock predominant in Yonauni, sandstone. This material tends to fracture in straight lines and form layered structures, a process well documented in other parts of the world. Geologist Robert Schoch from Boston University, famous for his re-evaluation of the age of the Egyptian Sphinx, argues that the patterns observed in Yonauni are consistent with natural erosion processes. Still, doubts remain. Sonar analyses have revealed intriguing contours which clearly resemble the ruins of a submerged city. Some divers and researchers have reported finding what appear to be sculptures and symbols carved into the rock, reinforcing the idea that an advanced civilization may have left its mark there. Mount Zhao. Mount Zhao, one of Japan's most impressive natural treasures, stands majestically between the Yamagata and Miyagi prefectures. For centuries, this dormant volcano has been the stage for legends, rituals, and a beauty that transcends the seasons. In winter, Zhao transforms into a kingdom of ice and snow, where nature creates unique sculptures. These are the famous snow monsters, or juhyo, as they are known locally. These formations, caused by the freezing of moisture coming from the Sea of Japan, coat the trees in a white shell, giving them a ghostly and surreal appearance. Tourists come from afar to witness this natural spectacle, gliding down the slopes of the Zhao Onsen ski resort. But beyond the adrenaline of the slopes, there is another gift from the mountain: the hot springs. Known for their high sulfur content, these natural hot springs attract visitors seeking not only relaxation, but also the therapeutic benefits that these waters have offered for centuries. As winter bids farewell, Mount Zhao reveals a new face. The snow melts and gives way to lush trails, ideal for hiking. Adventurers climb to the Okama crater, a volcanic lake of an impressive emerald green. Its color changes depending on the light and the composition of the water, creating a dynamic and mysterious visual spectacle. Over the centuries, Zhao has been revered by monks and pilgrims who saw the mountain as a sacred site. Even today, shrines and Buddhist statues can be found along its trails, silent guardians of a deep spirituality that permeates the region. Each season brings its own magic to Zhao. In autumn, the red and golden leaves paint the slopes, transforming the landscape into a mosaic of vivid colors. In summer, the green fields and the cool mountain breezes offer a refuge from the scorching heat of Japanese cities. Thus, Mount Zhao remains one of Japan's most fascinating destinations, a place where nature dances to the rhythm of the seasons and where every visit reveals a new face of this legendary mountain.